Hi everybody, it's Alexa here from Once Upon a Chapter. I'm a little bit late in filming this because I've been working all week and Johnny and I got back from vacation, and I've been working since we got back from vacation, so it is already almost a week into July. And I didn't get that much read in June, so I'm trying to keep this video pretty short. This is going to be my July to be read pile. Keeping it pretty short because, like I said, I only really managed to get through 3-ish and kind of start some other books, almost 4 books that I finished. So let's just get right into it. So first things first, I did start Twice Tempted by a Rogue in June, and I only made it about 80 pages into this one, and it really kind of stopped working for me, so I put it down, which I don't know, I'd like to pick it back up because I really enjoyed the first book in this series. So I don't know if it's just this one that's stopping me for some reason, or is it because I'm not necessarily loving where this one is going. The female character in this one kind of pined after the male character in this one when she was a lot younger. And now that she's a little bit older, he's suddenly come back to claim his estate all of a sudden, and he's kind of like forcing her to kind of be with him at this point, is kind of my feelings on it. I'm pretty sure that they will get to a point where they are getting along, but right now it just feels like the relationship is a little bit forced, and maybe that the male character is pushing a little bit, which for me is a little bit weird because usually it's the female character who's, pining after the male, and the male doesn't really want to be with her for certain reasons or doesn't think that he can fall in love. Whereas in this one, the male character is being kind of very pushy, and it's just a little bit weird. He's just jumping to conclusions thinking that she's going to want to be with him forever, and we're only 80 pages in. So I would like to try and get back into this one, and I would like to finish it so I can read the 3rd book in the series. But we'll see what happens if I pick it back up again. I may just kind of DNF this one depending on how the male character continues to act in it. Next up, I still have not finished The Shadows by J.R. Ward. So I'd really like to finish this. I still have about 200 pages left of this one, so I'm almost there, but this one was kind of interesting to me, but it was also kind of boring me at the same time because not a lot was happening that I was interested in. I'm more interested in the secondary plot lines in this one than the main plot line, so I feel like I'm kind of skipping a lot of the main plot line to get to what I want to read. So, we'll see. I do want to finish this one though because I am a fan of J.R. Ward books. So, like I said, would still like to finish this one, still kind of on the plan. I had Johnny go through my bookshelves and I told him to pull out 3 books. He did pull out 3 books, but I'm more interested in reading 2 of those books right now and saving the other one for maybe a little bit later on from now. So the first one is 1,000 Pieces of You, which this is an art copy that I got a long time ago, which is why it has a very boring cover on it, because really this book has a beautiful, beautiful cover. I really love Claudia Gray's vampire series, the Evernight series that she came out with. I read that series. I followed it from the moment the first book was released and waited and waited and waited for every book after that to be released. So I really do enjoy this author, and this was a book that I was highly, highly anticipating when I grabbed it at ALA, I think almost 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago because the second book is set to come out, I think, pretty soon. But Johnny picked out this one, and I know I've been waiting to read it for a very long time, so I do want to read this one. The next one he also picked out is one that I told myself I needed to get to before the DVD release comes in from the library. I've been on hold for the DVD or Blu-ray release of this for months and months and months now, because there was like 300 and some people waiting on like 30 copies of it, and you can check it out for 3 weeks. So I do want to read the book though first before I watch the movie, so it's about time I figured that I dive into Gone Girl. As I said, I really want to see the movie. Johnny's already read Gone Girl, so I want to watch the movie with him, even though he went to go see it with some other people. I just didn't want to see it because I hadn't read the book yet. So hopefully with this one I'll kind of match up reading the book, which will be fresh in my mind. And then hopefully my hold on the movie will come in and I'll be able to watch the movie, and I'll kind of do like maybe a book to movie type of review just to see the differences between them and which one I liked better. I usually like the book better, but we'll see in this one. I have yet to, try anything by this author, or I also don't read a lot of like general adult fiction books, so this will definitely be one that's a little out of my comfort zone. It's a little different for me, but I'm interested in giving it a shot. And then the last book that's on the pile for the month, which, like I said, it could be that I read a lot this month and I make it through all of these with no problem, and then I add more books on. But since lately I haven't been reading as much each month, I just figured this is a safe kind of keep it short pile. So the last book on my pile will be, Stephanie and I have decided we're going to continue on with reading a book together a month. And since she kind of picked the Throne of Glass series, we picked it kind of together, but we've been reading that for the past 3 months together, so now we're pretty much caught up. I have like, I don't know, 70 pages left of Air of Fire to finish. I'm just not showing it in this video because I will be probably finished with it tonight or tomorrow night. So the next monthly pick for us for this month, we decided to go with something summery because of course it's summertime and we're just in that kind of contemporary summery mood. And I haven't read this one yet, although I've owned it for quite a long time. It is Open Road Summer. I know a lot of people, when this was first out, they were raving about this one. This is how long I've had this, that I have the hardcover edition. So I've owned this for a really long time and then just didn't read it. I guess I save all of my summer books for summertime, so if I didn't read it the summer it originally came out, I tend then to hold off until it is the next summer so that I can read it in the summertime. So Stephanie and I will buddy read this one together and see what we think of it. So as I said, that's it for my pile. I'm trying to keep it short in the hopes that I can actually get through these books. Instead of all the months before, I pick really long piles of 8 to 12 books, and then I hardly make it through them. This year has just been, I'm not going to say it's been challenging, it's just been that there have been a lot of life events coming up for me. You know, so we've moved a couple times, and just some things have been happening in life where I've kind of taken a step away from reading to enjoy time with friends, and time with family, and time traveling, time moving, things like that. So I still love to read, and I know I feel a little bit bad that I've only read, 20-some books and we're already halfway through the year, but also I've been more focused on reading books on my shelf that I've been wanting to read, books that have been sitting around for a long time, or books that have been very long and I've been putting them off because it wouldn't help me reach my Goodreads goal. So this year I'm really not going to reach my Goodreads goal of 75 books. But I've been reading a lot of longer books. I've been catching up on the Vampire Academy series, which is, they're 500 some pages a piece. Air of Fire is 550 pages of the, really tall size hardcover pages, and just been reading a lot of longer books lately. The Shadows is like a 600 page tall hardcover small print book. So I've just kind of been enjoying what I've been reading, which I think is the most important thing, instead of reading just a whole bunch of books that you're not really enjoying, or reading through a bunch of 200 to 300 page books. So sorry, that was a little side rant there, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you read any of these books or you're planning to read any of them, let me know your thoughts on them, and I wish you all a happy reading month. Bye guys!